Now on bounds, tax season is underway. You have just 26 more days to get your returns done. But what are you going to do with your tax refund? We have Mike Fade back. He's a certified financial planner here in Charlotte, owns his own independent firm with securities offered through Summit Brokerage Services. So thank you, Mike, for being here tonight.
Glad to be here.
So first, is it a good thing to be getting a refund?
Well, it's certainly better than having to pay a lot. But if you're consistently getting big tax refunds every year, that may not be ideal either.
Why?
Well, because you're essentially giving the government an interest-free loan. So look to adjust your withholding so that you're getting the money more evenly throughout the year, and that's improving your month-to-month cash flow.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've never really thought about it like that. Now that folks are getting their refund back, what do they need to do with it? What are their options?
Well, there's a number of things they can do. I think the best things they can do are, number one, look to pay down or pay off high-interest debt. They can also look to build up cash reserves. And finally, you can look to invest the money for a higher rate of return in a mutual fund or something like that.
Why is it so important to pay off your debt?
Well, if you use the refund to get rid of a debt, well, that's a monthly payment that you don't have anymore. So right away, it's improving your cash flow. But also, it's a guaranteed rate of return. When you get that refund and you put it in your money market or savings account, you might quickly realize that you're not getting a lot of interest. The banks aren't paying you much. But if you use that money to pay off a 10% credit card, for example, well, that's a 10% guaranteed rate of return. And the question I would ask is, where can you find a 10% rate of return guaranteed? And nowhere.
You can't. What do you mean specifically by building a cash reserve?
Well, we just talked about paying off debt. And so the idea of having a cash reserve is so you don't go in debt again. More specifically, look to have 3 to 6 months of living expenses in a money market or savings account.
Okay. Is it also a good idea to invest some of this money?
Certainly, yes. After you've paid off your high-interest debt and you've built up a cash reserve, then whatever's left over, you can look to invest for a high rate of return. I think what that does is that really makes your short-term situation good, and that is very important to being a successful investor, because investing is a long-term game. The financial markets make a lot of sense long-term. Short-term, not so often.
Okay. Anything else you wanted to add?
I'm excited. My son's baseball team won their first game today, the Belmont Middle School Wildcats. All those boys did a great job.
A little
today.
bit of a shout out there.
Yeah.
We'll allow it, Mike, this time. I'm just kidding.
Right.
Here you go. You can find Michael E. Fade Financial Planning, 420 Park Street, Suite 100 in Belmont. The office number there on your screen. The website is mefplanning.com. We have all of that information on WBTV.com. Just look in the Web Extras section right there on the home page. Mike, thank you for being here tonight.
Glad to be here.
We certainly appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
Stay with us. We got more coming back right after the break.